Yes, so today I want to discuss about one business opportunity that is iodized salt manufacturing. How it will be done, what are will be the profits, and all these I will explain to you. Already this iodized salt manufacturing is there in my website also. You can see my website also in YouTube down description is there. In the description, once if you click the link directly you can go to my page also. In that also you can see the details of my web page relating to iodized salt manufacturing. So that is the information I want to share with you. Since 10 years I have been the founder of the www.ceoneeds.in. Since 10 years I have been developing that, so that so many business opportunities are there in this. So you can see this salt manufacturing also in that. So now we can come into the subject. Iodized salt manufacturing. Iodized salt manufacturing is table salt mixed with various salts of the iodine, element iodine. The ingestion of iodine prevents iodine deficiency. Iodized salt is produced by injection of potassium iodate solution in a controlled manner into the wet salt from the centrifuge, which is then dried in fluidized bent dryers and packed. Iodine deficiency affects about 2 billion people in the world. Consumption of iodized salt prevents the iodine deficiency in the human body. It helps in preventing the thyroid gland. It helps in preventing the thyroid gland problems, including the endemic goiter. Iodized salt is produced by injection of potassium iodate solution in a controlled manner into the wet salt from the centrifuge, which is then dried in fluidized bed dryers and packed. How is iodized salt manufactured? Because I am also preparing the notes to explain to you in a simple way. Even I am having the web page also. Why I am doing this YouTube page is it is easy to understand, so that everyone can understand easily. So that I am developing this. Now we can come into the subject. How is iodized salt manufactured? Iodine is added as potassium iodate to salt after refining and drying and before packing. Iodization can often be linked with existing production under refining lines. This can be done by adding a solution of potassium iodate to the salt or by adding dry potassium iodate powder. Which iodized salt is best? The raw truth, iodized salt is the best and in many settings the only dietary source of iodine for a hot, healthy diet. We should consume salt in moderation. Which should consume salt in moderation. Is modern table salt iodized? The most famous salt ever made. This iodized salt I am saying. This all-purpose salt is stable in kitchens all across the country. It is perfect for cooking, baking and seasoning, and it is available in both plain and iodized. Is iodized salt the same as table salt? What is iodized salt? This is a type of table salt made by spraying regular salt with any tin amount of potassium iodate. The end result is a product that looks like normal salt but has a few extra ingredients. The majority of table salt used in modern times is actually iodized. Is iodized salt healthy? Salt is bad for BP but good for brain development. Bad for BP, and BP means blood pressure, and good for brain development. Researchers say the little salt, iodized salt, that is dangerous too. It is the iodine in iodized salt that helps the body make thyroid hormone. So iodized salt, what it will do, that helps the body make thyroid hormone, which is critical to an infant's brain development. A little salt is essential to good health. Whatever it may be, little salt is essential for good health. So that only for curries and all these, you can use ocean whoop, that is sea salt. But in case of in curries and all these, you can use ocean salt, that is sea salt. But in curd and in buttermilk and in all these, it is better to use iodized salt, so that the less quantity you can consume. Is sea salt iodized? The short answer is no. Sea salt is never iodized. Although sea salt is often marketed as more natural or healthy, it is still sodium chloride. Just both salt types are natural. Sea salt just comes from the sea, while table salt comes from underground deposits. Iodized table salt has added iodine with other minerals removed. And as well as sea salt, definitely they are using in pickles and all these, mango pickles and all these, but not iodized salt. That is, we should remember. Is iodized salt better than sea salt? Most table salt has added iodine, an essential nutrient that helps maintain a healthy thyroid. Sea salt and table salt have the same basic nutritional value, despite the fact that salt is often promoted as being healthier. Whichever type of salt you enjoy, do is in moderation. Do restaurants use iodized salt? Yes, iodized salt only they will use, but even iodized salt will be used in not will be, they will use sea salt only, but in at the time of table only they will use iodized salt for buttermilk, curd and all these. Does rock salt have iodine? Unlike most table salt, Sandra Namak is not fortified with iodine. Thus, completely replacing table salt with Sandha Namak may raise your risk of iodine deficiency. You should likewise be sure to consume rock salt in moderation. Does black salt have iodine? The salt is refined salt fortified with iodine. However, black salt also contains iodine, but the amount of iodine present in it is not sufficient. Black salt contains trace minerals, which is also important for us. Especially black salt will be used in chaat bandar and in gup chips. They will use so much. That is puri type small puris. With dal they will use black salt. Black salt solution they will use. So in chaat it will be highly used black salt. Is black salt good for kidney? A team of scientists from the Department of Physics, Allahabad University, has found that rock salt, commonly known as Saindhava Namak, in Sanskrit it is Saindhava Lavanam, is best suited for patients suffering from any form of kidney disorder. This is the information regarding salt types, black salt and sea salt and iodized salt. But in table salt, iodized salt should be the best to use and to continue. Which you all the, so you can make you can enter. But one thing I will say, this is the information I provided to you regarding iodized salt manufacturing. But even though what I am saying is theoretical knowledge is different from practical knowledge. Even if you see in Google also, You can iodized salt means how to manufacture, you can get the details, and as well as in YouTube also hundreds of YouTube videos are there to understand about how to make iodized salt and all this. But you should have a practical experience if you want to become an independent entrepreneur. So from 6 months to 1 year you should have a practical experience under a unit, salt manufacturing unit. It is better to you, it will make good confidence to you, and you can improve your business. So that I am saying that if you want to start independently, it is better to have practical experience at least 6 months, then you can start independently. But one thing I will say that every project, if you want to start independently, means first you should have a MS Word document, Microsoft Word document. In that Word document, first page, second page and third page, likewise all pages should be there. But that is research and development should be there at the time of documentation only. Once the documentation is over and you are starting the business, means research and development will not be useful. But you can think over about the quality for the time being. But the basic, all 90% of the fundamentals has to be finished in your documentation itself. Then what it will do is, it will give confidence to you what to do next and what to do further. Then you will be successful and you will have confidence also. That is the information I want to provide to you. And please get legal permissions also. If you want to start salt manufacturing, please get trade licenses from local authorities, then it will be good to you. And don't fear for beginningly, don't fear for orders and profits, because 1 to 6 months it will take time to get order. But one thing I will say, once if you are starting the salt manufacturing, daily you may do a less quantity of the production, salt production, but for the time being, after 6 months, if you get one order, all of your 6 months of production will go in one order. So likewise it will be there, so that you should maintain a capital of at least for maintenance of workers and the process and the salaries and maintenance, everything you should keep at least 1 year of the budget you should have at present in your pocket. Then you will be successful in this business, then you will get good orders also. But one thing I will say seriously, that is, don't forget the quality. Any customer will never forget the quality, but cost will be, for the time being he will forget about the cost, because if quality is there, he will never forget you, and you will be successful in the long run in the business. And I am wishing you all the best, and may God bless you. Be successful.